What's up, everybody? Welcome to the newest episode of the Debate Mates, where I'm joined via the power of the internet with the resident
Yeah,
Lakers fan, Coach Stretch.
yeah,
Stretch is wearing some
yeah.
Rockets colors tonight, though. Maybe the Heat
Whoa,
colors.
whoa, whoa. It's cold outside, man.
You know, the Heat and the
Just,
Lakers play tomorrow. It's just like a subtle way of saying, "Help me, Heat. I want to join the Heat fan club."
I hope not, but they got some real nice jerseys, though.
They do. Those vice versa jerseys are kind of weird, but
Yeah,
I
yeah, they're
like.
kind of tough, though. I like them.
Yeah. So the debate is
Yeah,
we've been gone for quite a while. It's been about 2 weeks since our last vid, but we're back now, and we're going to be talking some All-Star Weekend stuff. The NBA recently announced that March 7th they're going to have all the events in one night. We're going to start with the
mm-hmm.
skills challenge, go to the three-point shootout. Then we'll have the All-Star game, and at halftime the dunk contest. And so this is the perfect time to jump back on the NBA bandwagon and talk about All-Star picks, All-Star selections, because this is one of the
I
most fun
agree.
times of the year to look ahead. Remember to follow us on Instagram, like, subscribe, share. And without further ado, let's start with the dunk contest. Stretch, who do you want to see in the dunk contest this year?
Um, I want to see Zach Levine back in it, man. Zach Levine was so innovative when he came in, and I mean, he basically did everything you can imagine in between the legs, like reverse in between the legs, 360 in between the legs, free throw line in between the legs. I want to see if he has any more innovation left in him besides going in between the legs.
Right.
So, yeah, that's my first pick.
Yeah, for me, I looked at it a different way. I went with the open invitation. So open invitation, Zach
Okay.
Levine, Aaron Gordon, Derrick Jones Jr., Zion, Donovan Mitchell, and this might surprise some people, but LeBron. LeBron's got an open invitation to every All-Star festivity he wants. If he wants to play in the Rising Stars game, pretend he's in his second year, that's fine. LeBron's in any All-Star festivity he wants. He said in his when he was a lot younger, I'll do a dunk contest. Never did it.
Never
And the
did
reason
it.
I have these guys an open invitation is because I don't think any of them will do it except for one. Obviously,
Who's your one? Derrick Jones?
Derrick Jones Jr. I think, there's
Yeah,
one time a year where people care about Derrick Jones Jr., and it's the dunk
right.
contest.
Absolutely.
Zach Levine, if he didn't do it last year when he was in the three-point shootout and it was in Chicago, what would make me think he's going to do it now with no fans? Aaron
Yeah.
Gordon said he's quitting. Zion.
Yeah, he should quit. Like, that's the only guy that get all those perfect scores and still lose. Like, that's crazy.
I do think next year we're going to get, like, a monster dunk contest, though, because I think guys like Aaron Gordon and Zach Levine, guys that said they weren't going to do it anymore, they're going to be like, wow, I really took that for granted. Those fans, that experience.
Yeah.
I might want to lace them up one more time. But for my next invites, these are the more realistic ones. Miles Bridges. He was in a dunk contest a couple years ago in Charlotte, the one where John Collins jumped over a fake plane and kicked it.
Horrible.
But now that he's got LaMelo Ball on his team, it seems like every night he's on Instagram or Twitter because of
he's doing some kind of windmill.
Yeah,
he's doing some kind of windmill.
Then from that same Charlotte dunk contest, I'm inviting Hamidou Diallo because he won and he never got invited back.
Because he's horrible.
People pretended it didn't happen.
It shouldn't have happened.
And then last, I'm inviting Obi Toppin from the New York Knicks. My rookie of the year.
I do like Obi. Obi's a beast.
Great dunks when he was in college. And he's some young blood to get in there. I think this is the ideal dunk contest for this year. Derrick Jones Jr., Miles Bridges, Hamidou Diallo, and Obi Toppin. That would be my top four.
Well, leave out Diallo and, you'll be all right.
I don't know. I was thinking about Patrick Connaughton after his dunks last year. He was pretty good.
Yeah, Pat was solid, but he don't have enough flair.
Yeah. He had the white man can't jump dunk was cool where he hit it off the backboard twice and cut it in.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be a showman. You got to be a showman.
Do you have any other picks for people you'd like to see in the dunk contest, or is it just Zach Levine or no one?
I mean, I would love to see Zion get loose, but he's fat. He get to jumping around too much in a dunk contest, or he might blow out both his ACLs. Like he can't do that.
What about John Morant?
Actually, I like John Morant. But oh God, what's that kid name, man? He just dunked. The tall kid for the Pelicans. Woods, Jackson
Hayes.
Yeah. he used to be a long jumper in high school. So, that speaks to a little levitation. He might be able to throw something down one
He's
time.
on the rise.
He's on the rise.
And you saw Kuzma had that nice putback the other night on Michael Porter Jr. Maybe he gets the invite.
He might get invited to another team soon. 3-point
contest next. Who do you want to invite it?
Well, you got to go Steph. But, you know what? I take this. I want to see guys who aren't that great at shooting threes.
Okay.
Get into the 3-point contest. So I want to see LeBron, Donovan Mitchell. Who else jacks up a lot of trades and don't necessarily make them?
Harden?
Oh, God, yes, Harden.
Trae Young?
I knew you was going to say Trae Young. I knew you was going to say Trae Young. You hate that guy.
Luka? He's horrible. He's the worst.
Luka's another one. And that's your boy.
Don't talk about Luka, Stretch.
Yeah, look, that's your man. But he jacks him up and does not make a lot.
The percentage is coming up. It's slowly coming up. It's 32 now.
Sheesh. So, yeah, those are my top 4.
I went at this one the same way I did the last one, where open invitation and then the next batch of invites. Steph Curry gets invited every year. Joe Harris. Of course, okay. Joe Harris, great shooter. Okay. He's almost 50% this year.
Yeah, he's insane.
Devin Booker gets invited every year. Won last year. Or didn't win last year, won the year before. Guy who won last year, Buddy Hield. Then my last open invite, LeBron James. Like I said, any all-star festivity.
Whatever LeBron wants to do. No invite for KD?
Well, I mean, if he is even healthy, I mean, he misses every game. COVID protocol twice, the Achilles injury, and the hamstring injury now. What's next?
Hey, man. Watch out for them headaches coming, man.
Yeah, migraine, can't play.
Yeah, migraine city, man.
And then my final list, I got Joe Harris, Devin Booker, Buddy Hield, Seth Curry, a member of the 50-50-90 club right now.
Yeah, man.
Of course, Duncan Robinson.
Okay.
Lillard. Fred VanVleet, kind of one of your wild cards like you were talking about. He went off for 54, hit 11 threes. And then last but not least, a guy that would either go behind Michael Jordan for the lowest ever, 12, or would break the record, and that's Jordan Clarkson.
Oh, God. Yeah, he's
shooting 39% right now.
He jacks him up, man.
So I can see that.
How many does he shoot a game?
A lot.
Yeah, he shoots like 12 or 11.
Crazy and make a break a record, or he would not hit many at all, I think.
I think he would not hit at all. He might be on the low end of things.
What do you think about the rest of my selections?
I mean, those are all solid shooters. I mean, all those guys can rip off and 20 plus. Well, they score differently now, but they can rip off a whole lot in a row.
Yeah. So you ready to get to the all-star selections?
Yeah. Who you got?
This is the bulk
East
of the
or
video.
West? We'll do East or West first.
West, I think, was a little bit harder. The starters, at least. So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
No, you got to go at first. West side.
So this is the order of people I thought of them.
Okay.
The Joker, Nikola Jokic.
27,
12, and 9. He's might be MVP. Steph Curry. Warriors are actually pretty solid this year, putting up MVP-like numbers close to his 2016 season. Luka Doncic, 29, 9, and 9. Even though his team is struggling, he's still balling. Kawhi, 27, 6, and 6. This is arguably the best year of his career, shooting almost 50, 40, 90. And then last, I have Paul George. No, I'm kidding. I have LeBron. He was the first one I thought of. He was the first on the list. I got LeBron James. Yeah, 26, 8 and 8, 38% from 3, 50 from the field. Those
38.
They're no
38 years old. Yeah, 38 years old.
More like 40 now. Yeah, he's starting to slow down. Is he, Stretch? You missed the dunk the other night.
He is starting to slow down because the load is too heavy for a 38-year-old.
What do you think of my starters, and who else do you think, or do you have any other opinions?
Yeah. I mean, as far as starters are concerned, if Anthony Davis is healthy, then you probably don't have Jokic in there.
Ooh, come on, Stretch. How can you
I'm just
say
saying,
that?
man. Well, we all know Anthony Davis is better than Jokic. Like
Not
we
this
just
year.
he's
It's not a
he's better.
reputation award, Stretch. It's a
I,
season
I
award.
understand. I understand. I understand. But
22,
if
8,
he,
and
you know,
3 versus 27, 12, and 9.
yeah,
That's not a
whatever.
comparison. If you
Listen, Anthony Davis is top 5 in the league. Period.
That doesn't matter though. Not this season. He's not playing like he's top 5.
Doesn't matter. He's top 5 in the league. Period. Book
But
it.
Jokic is top 2 or 3 in MVP discussion right now.
Sympathy award. Are they
No,
even winning?
No,
Are they winning? Are
they're
they
a
winning?
little bit under 500, but he's putting up
Oh,
better
okay.
stats than every other
So,
player in the league.
hey, listen. You're not even over 500. You're not even in discussion of the MVP.
They would be a lot lower if it weren't for him. Your guy Jamal Murray, not even close to an All-Star this year. Michael Porter Jr. missed a bunch of games. Looks like he took a major step back. Jeremy Grant lost him. Gary Harris has been out.
I said Jeremy Grant. That Jeremy Grant Paul Millsap debate they was having, it should have went Jeremy Grant hands down. Like get rid of Paul Millsap and keep Jeremy Grant, but they chose the older guy.
But this season, Joker has been better than Anthony Davis. It's not a debate.
Well, I give you that. I give you that up to this point. Yes.
And then that's what the All-Star game is based off of. Up to this point.
No.
All-Star
starters are based on votes. Votes
and
are
Joker
based
has
on
the
popularity.
third most in the front court right now.
Behind
LeBron and Kawhi. The fans know what's up, Stretch. They can recognize that Anthony Davis is still on that championship high.
I think Anthony Davis is tired.
And if you're not putting up All-Star numbers, I'm not going to give him a sympathy vote because he's tired.
I mean, hey, man, he get my vote. Man. I'm a Laker homer,
because you're Laker Nation.
Yeah, he'll get my vote every time.
So you're really kicking out Joker?
Yeah.
But you're keeping Luka, Kawhi, Steph, and LeBron?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a winning argument, I think. I don't know, Stretch. You're lucky no one watches this, or you would get hate online.
I'm pretty sure I'll get some shade thrown my way.
So, Stretch has the wrong starters. I have a more accurate starting 5. Go to the reserves or go to the East first? What do you want to do?
Let's go to the East.
All right. All-Star game starters, order I thought of them. KD, 37 and 5. He's missed a lot of games, but he's insane.
The next big 3.
Then I'm going Joel Embiid, 30, 11, and 3, first in the Eastern Conference. Giannis, the Bucks are kind of under the radar now. Giannis, people forget that Giannis still plays, but he's putting up 28, 12, and 6.
He got good numbers.
Great numbers. The guards were a little bit harder. I went Bradley Beal, 33, 5, and 5. Those are insane numbers. Wizards are starting to turn it around. And, if you're counting the Wizards out of the playoff contention already, I don't think that's a smart move. They're still going to be in the hunt, I think.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Well, they will be pretty good.
Yeah.
They will be.
After that, I went with Jaylen Brown.
I knew you was going to throw a Celtic in there somewhere.
It can't be Kyrie. It can't be Kyrie. He missed a couple of games. Numbers are great.
James.
And then it can't be James. How you start the season does count. And he came in out of shape. He was out clubbing before the season started. That all counts towards All-Star votes. And Jaylen Brown has come in. He's done his work the right way. And he's averaging 26, 5, and 7.
Well, if you're going to throw somebody in there, I thought you would throw Tatum in there. But
Tatum
how are they listing those? How are they listing them?
Forward, guard.
Okay.
And Tatum doesn't deserve it over Giannis, Embiid, or KD.
Oh, absolutely.
But I do think Brown deserves it. He's been playing for the Celtics the whole season, and they're 500, which isn't great, but,
What about Ben Simmons?
He's been a little underwhelming for me, and I don't even have him as I won't spoil anything, but he might not have even made
I know you're not about to say what you was getting ready to mouth.
Who do you have starting in the game?
I got James. I basically got James, KD, Beal, Embiid, and Giannis.
Okay, so that's basically the same, except you don't have Brown.
Yeah,
and that's
Brown is a reserve.
I wouldn't be surprised if that is the actual starting 5.
Yeah.
Now we'll go, since we already talked about the Ben Simmons bombshell a little bit. Do you want me to do my reserves first?
Don't say anything crazy. Ben Simmons is an all-star reserve, sir.
So my guards in the backcourt, so for those of you that don't know, the reserves are same as starters: 2 guards, 3 forwards, and then 2 wild cards. Can be any position. First guard Kyrie, second guard Harden, obviously.
I think Kyrie makes it.
Yeah, I think he still makes it. I mean, he did miss a couple games, but 28.
He missed a lot of games.
28, 5, and 6. The fans love Kyrie. They love the way he plays. They're going to vote for him every year. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts over Harden or Beal or Brown.
Yeah.
Guard. So I think I said James Harden. He's putting up great numbers as well.
Mm-hmm.
I got Chris Middleton because the Bucks are still pretty good. And he's not a stats all-star guy, but the way he impacts the game, good on defense. 50, 40, 90 this season, 20 points. He deserves to be an all-star. Next, I struggled with this. These last 4 spots I really struggled with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Domantas Sabonis as one of my 3 forwards.
Okay.
21,
Pacers.
12, and 6. He really fell off. He started the season. It looked like he might even be a starter. And, since then, numbers have come down, but still great numbers. If you want to kick him out, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
Next, I got Nikola Lucevic.
Okay.
24, 11, and 3. And if you give – and 48%, 43%, 82%. If you give those numbers to Anthony Davis, he starts the All-Star game, I think.
I agree.
Wild card. First one, no-brainer, Zach Levine. 28, 5, and 5. This is the last one that gets a little – a little contentious. So there are a lot of good guys out there. Yeah. I haven't even mentioned Tatum. I haven't mentioned Ben Simmons. I haven't mentioned Adebayo or Jimmy Butler. And you could have gone with any of those, and I wouldn't be mad at you. But I went with Julius Randle. He deserves it. He really deserves it.
I'm not even mad at that. But I am upset.
11 and 6.
But I am upset with your Pacers guy. Sabonis got to go. Vucevic also. Well, no, I'll keep Vucevic because I believe their record is better than the Miami record right now.
Yeah, by far. Both teams are.
Yeah. So, that's why I don't have Bam in my picks because they haven't been winning.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy's played even less than Bam too, so.
Right. So I don't have any Miami guys in my reserves. But Sabonis is gone. And I do have so I have Vucevic, Tatum, Ben Simmons, who am I missing?
Brown.
Oh yeah, I have both Celtics guys, Brown and Tatum.
Harden.
I said Harden was a starter.
Oh, right. Levine, I guess?
Yeah, Zach Levine.
Okay.
And then I'm missing one wild card.
So you got Beal. So your 2 guards, Beal or
Kyrie. That's who it is, Kyrie. Yep.
Okay, so no Zach Levine for you. I
have Zach Levine.
Wait, what?
I have Zach Levine. I have Zach Levine, Kyrie. Tatum is a forward. Vucevic is a big post. Yep. Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is the top 5. He's a forward.
I think you've picked like the entire Eastern Conference at this point. So.
No way, man. No way. So then I have Kyrie as a wild card, and then the Ben Simmons.
Okay.
See? Yeah, that's it. So you had me confused, man, throwing these guys who don't belong in the All-Star game in there.
So before people hate on the Tatum pick, he's not played a whole lot of games. He had the COVID protocol. And am I being a little unfair because KD's missed games for COVID protocol too? I don't know. I just feel like KD's stats are good enough where they are not even close.
The Celtics don't win unless Tatum and Brown play good.
Yeah, and they haven't won yet. They're 14 and 14, so
500.
I guess, but with KD, I can excuse the missed games because his stats are there. No one in the East other than Embiid comes close to them, right? Beal is kind of there as far as scoring goes, but all around shooting percentages too. It's KD and Embiid are monsters in the Eastern Conference. Those are the 2 best players, not just this season. You can look at the stats and it proves it. So I
I
can
agree.
excuse missing 10 games for that. For Tatum,
Okay.
especially in the forward spot, when Sabonis has been there day in and day out, averaging a double-double. Vucevic has been in there day in and day out, averaging a double-double.
I got
Julius
Vucevic.
Randle has been in there every day, averaging a double-double.
Listen, man.
You know,
They're still the Knicks.
I don't care.
Okay.
They're relevant. They're 7th in the
Are
Eastern
they?
Conference, I think.
Yeah, there were seven
They're
or
not
eight.
far behind from the Celtics. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
So neither of us have Trae Young. Do you think that's a matter of the East just getting more loaded, or is that a matter of
Yeah.
Trae Young's taking a step back?
No, the East is loaded with guards now.
Yeah. And,
like really good guards.
Yeah. And with Kyrie, so let's say he isn't a starter. Obviously, coaches have the vote on this. Do you think coaches would be, I don't know if you want to say petty enough to say, well, you didn't play, your team's loaded.
I think the coaches would. I think coaches will put Trae Young in over Kyrie if Kyrie's not voted in.
Coaches
he probably will
don't
get
like
voted
Trae Young anymore either. He gets a lot of fouls that I think coaches seem to think are unfair.
Well, I mean, he played big last night.
He did against the Celtics. Before we get to the West Conference, we'll have to throw in a little bit of NBA news. So, Danny Ainge said that the roster for the Celtics just isn't good. 14-14. What changes do you see that need to be made for them to become a contender?
They got to address the point guard situation. Kemba Walker has been hurt basically all year. They don't have any depth on the bench to even if he was there. You know what I'm saying? Who's your backup point guard? To kind of study it. Man, no way. And then they still have an issue at the power forward center position.
Yeah.
They just aren't good enough there. And Tatum isn't. I think he's a good 2 option. So I think you got 2 twos. You don't have a number 1 option and a number 2 option. And Jaylen Brown, you got 2 number 2 options in Tatum and Brown.
Yeah.
And that's your problem.
Well, missing Marcus Smart isn't helping either. He's the heart.
Yeah.
He plays really great defense every night.
I agree.
I was really excited when I thought they were going to get Miles Turner. I thought that would have helped him a lot. But
would it really? Miles Turner doesn't really rebound. He doesn't really rebound.
I can't really pinpoint what the problem is for them because you look at they're just not deep, really. If they keep the same starting 5, if they go into the playoffs with the starting 5 of Kemba, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and then either Tice or Tristan Thompson, that's probably one of the top 5 starting 5s in the league. I'd have to imagine. I don't have them all out in front of me. But it's just a matter of you're going to the bench. Let's say Brown gets 3 early fouls, and then you're
done.
Semi Ojeleye. You're putting in Grant Williams.
My question is, how did the bench get so bad?
Gordon Hayward. I think he was a bigger Band-Aid than we thought.
Yeah.
He was coming in there handling the passing duties. That was another guy that I had trouble keeping out of the Eastern Conference All-Star game.
You know they're winning, man. They aren't bad.
And he's putting up great numbers.
Yeah.
But LaMelo gets all the spotlight for that.
LaMelo's Rookie of the Year, man.
He is. He's looking pretty good so far. So you ready to move on to the West?
Absolutely.
All right. I'll start here, too, because I have a feeling this might also get crazy. First guards, Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard. No-brainer. Don't even try to argue with that.
No-brainer.
Damian Lillard, some people will put him in the starting lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if he's announced as a starter. But for me, up until C.J. McCollum got injured, McCollum was putting up better stats,
I agree.
Lillard's the better player, even when McCollum is playing at his best. But you can't start when a guy on your team is playing better than you for the majority of the season, I think. Mitchell, the Jazz are unstoppable. They've won 20 of their last 21 games, 18 of them by double digits. And so, obviously, he's getting in there. Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Zion Williamson round out the forwards. George, 24, 6, and 6. Possibly his best season of his career. 50, 40, 90 shooting.
Since the OKC one.
Yeah. Gobert, 14 and 13. 63% from the field. Even though those might not seem like all-star numbers, he's an all-star.
No, he's all-star.
Zion, 24, 7, and 3 on 60% shooting. Every night, it just seems like he's out there playing my career. He misses 4 shots and ends up with 35 points. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm with you.
wild card. Here's where it gets. And just so you know, I did have Anthony Davis as a forward, but I assumed he's not going to be playing in the All-Star game, so I just took him out of the list for
Sounds
another
good.
wild card.
Okay.
So that's where Zion Williamson would have come in. He would have been a wild card otherwise. Devin Booker.
Okay.
I don't think coaches, they tend to, put in a player 2 years in a row. If you make it, the coaches aren't going to vote somebody in over you most of the time. So I think he makes it. Then I got the Canadian Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as my final wild card.
You got to stop this stuff, man.
24-7-3.
You got to stop this stuff.
24-7-3. Good numbers.
Dude, they got 7 wins.
Very similar to Anthony Davis's.
Do they have 7 wins?
But 24-7-3, Anthony Davis is 22-8-3. And you're saying he's a starter.
Do they have 7 wins?
Hey, don't deflect because you know I got a good point here.
We talking wins, man. Do your numbers translate to winning?
Don't change the subject because you saw I got you there.
That's the facts.
The facts are Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is putting up better numbers than Anthony Davis.
And they're not winning.
But
they're
Shai
not
is an
winning.
all-star. He's
not.
An all-star season. So who do you have then?
Brandon Ingram. We got the same. Except for I got Brandon Ingram.
Well, if you're making an argument that you can't have an all-star because your team is not winning, then how do you give the Pelicans 2 all-stars, a team that's not even in the playoffs?
Sit right here.
Well, Zion is amazing.
Okay.
And Brandon Ingram is their best player.
So you just put them both in.
Yep. Who else you got?
Well, in the Western Conference, it's not as loaded as the East is, I would say.
No, because LeBron showed up, went to the West, and they all went East.
Trying to think off the top of my head who else could be in there. John Morant made a case early in the season, but was injured. Hasn't been playing great since.
Yep.
Not a whole lot. I mean, you're seeing guys like Carmelo Anthony pop up in like the top 5 front court voting. It just shows that there aren't a whole lot of great Western Conference players.
It's not a whole lot. Yeah, it's not a whole lot going on.
I mean, they have the top 4 players in the league in the conference. But, I mean, never mind. I was thinking KD was West Coast for a second. They have the top 3 of the top 4 in their conference. But it kind of goes out from there.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to talk about? Let's talk about the Lakers real quick. Anthony Davis out for a while. Achilles tendon injury.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate for him. But at the same time, I think it's very unfortunate for LeBron because he's going to have to carry that load. And I think we were talking earlier about how they need to find some ways, some games for him to get some rest. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if I was LeBron, I would take the All-Star nomination and not play. Just get some rest, man.
Right. I don't know. I think he would play. He's the face.
I mean, I know he would play, but that's his problem.
Right.
That's his problem.
I think he definitely needs to start resting because with the Lakers, as long as Anthony Davis is healthy, come postseason, they're the best team in the Western Conference.
Right.
So even if they finish 8th, you'd rather not play the Jazz or the Clippers in the first round. But I think most people would still pick the Lakers. Imagine if they're playing the Clippers in the first round and they still get to have home court advantage 7 games. That's just unfair. And there's definitely a possibility that the Clippers do finish number 1. Do you think the Jazz are legit contenders?
No.
Just what's your reason for that?
They're streaking they're streaking. That's it. They're streaking.
20 out of 21. That goes a little bit further than a streak.
I can name a few teams who've done similar things and come up real short in the playoffs.
Okay, and good teams don't go 20 games out of 21, though. And
Atlanta Hawks.
Fashion.
Atlanta Hawks.
This feels a little different.
How so?
Because the Jazz have a number 1 option, whereas the Hawks, Paul Millsap was an all-star, Horford was an all-star. They had no one that could just get you a bucket like Donovan Mitchell.
The Hawks had 4 all-stars, man.
Okay, the East must have been pretty bad then.
They had 4 all-stars, man.
Korver, Horford. Millsap. That's pretty good. But I just feel more confident in the Jazz than I did the Hawks. I see the similarities, though. Move the ball, shoot a lot of threes, good on defense. But this year, the Jazz have shown us that they can win multiple ways. They
still don't have an interior presence, and that is
the
what
Jazz
is going
the team
right.
with Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, he doesn't score. Come on, man. He's a putback guy. You don't throw the ball to Rudy Gobert.
But you still
You
have
know,
to
let him
you still have
score.
to stay attached to him, or he'll get an offensive
No,
rebound and put it back
But
in.
that's what I'm saying. So you just box them out. Like everybody got to hold their own outside, or you can play four out. You know what I'm saying? 4-man rotation heavy, and just stay attached to Gobert.
I mean, as of now, the Jazz are.
That's how they lost in the playoffs last year.
The Jazz are my third favorite team to win the championship right now. You know,
Ain't no way.
Lakers and Nets have to be top two just because of LeBron and KD. Any team with them automatically is thrown in.
Clippers are better than them.
They're not.
Lakers.
I don't
Clippers
think they
are better than them. Yeah, they are.
Donovan Mitchell averaging. Let me see. He's averaging 24, 4, and 5, and then they've got Bojan Bogdanovic has been shooting great. Joe Ingles is great. He's a great playmaker. He makes open shots. They play they're like the Spurs. They move the ball really well. They find the open man, and everybody is willing to shoot, but nobody is needs their shots, right?
No interior scoring. And that's what you need to win.
I don't think they would beat the Lakers.
Name the last team that won that didn't have someone they could throw the ball to and get a bucket in the interior.
The Warriors last year.
They had KD. They had KD. KD catch the ball at the pinch post at the elbow and he commands a double team.
The Jazz, though, how can you look at their record, their last couple of games, and say that's not real? That's just a flash in the box.
Yeah, it's good. Regular season play. Great job. Regular season champions.
They're going to the conference finals, I think.
No way. I know. Are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm 100% serious.
Okay.
George is not.
Tabasco shot. Put a Tabasco shot on them.
If they don't make it.
If they don't make it to the Western Conference Finals, Tabasco shot for Matty Ice.
Can I get out of this? Let's say Donovan Mitchell gets injured, knock on wood, and they don't make it. Then I get.
I'll let you. Yeah, I'll let you out if Donovan Mitchell gets hurt.
Let's do it.
All right.
Tabasco shot if the Jazz don't make the conference finals.
Yep. All right.
The Nuggets definitely could present them a challenge. The Clippers. I'm not ruling out the Warriors or the Mavericks at this point. So it'll be difficult, but they're the best team in the NBA right now.
Okay.
They're the best team in the NBA.
Okay.
And they have 2 All-Stars, and they have a lot of good role players.
Oh, man, this is going to be good.
Why did you have to get a Tabasco shot a while ago?
I
What was that for?
I can't even remember now.
It was just punishment for you being you.
I don't know, probably something dealing with the Lakers.
You make a bunch of egregious Lakers takes. It's saying Anthony Davis should start the All-Star game over. Joker.
I'm a homer, man.
You are. You're a Homer Simpson.
Yeah, man.
So I think we can call it there. Stretch, thank you for coming on. I had a good time today.
Yeah, man. My man, 50 grand, yo.
Yep. And I'll see you guys next time on the Debate Mate.
You got it.